The Punch, the major story here, running mate, Northwest, Northeast fight over slot. I am still searching, says Tinubu. We have 3 riders. APC will consider zones that will produce highest votes, says campaign DG. Northwest, Northeast governors negotiating, not fighting, says APC Northwest chair. Tinubu's certificate controversy resurfaces. Ex-governor supporters tackle critiques. You find this story on page 2. I mean, at first we thought you had his running mate in his pocketbook. Right now, he says he's still searching. And of course, the controversy around his certificate.
A lot around Bola Tinubu, I must say, is head up. He's becoming too controversial for the presidential ticket he carries, really. He was at the Gbajabiamila Abila 60th book launch in Abuja yesterday, and that was where he spoke by himself and said that I'm still looking for running. I'm surprised. You had in your pocketbook. But that was just when he said they had a pocketbook. We knew there was just political comments to appear as if they were ready. They're not in the APC, really, and there's quite a lot going on the ground in that political party to choose a running mate for the Bola Tinubu campaign. First, there's the issue of how they proceed. Can we go Muslim? How would that be perceived in this country? Sure. If we don't go Muslim and choose a Christian for Bola Tinubu, can he win in the places where we normally a Muslim we win in the north, especially in the northwest, So I think all of these are the major issues that is bordering on the choice of running mate. And then there's a small scuffle among the governors. They can't, Bola Tinubu and the Northwest APC can deny as much as they want. But there's a scuffle among the governors, of who should be a running mate. There's the issue of 𝐒𝐨𝐲𝐈𝐑𝐷 here. I mean, there's an insistence that the agreement to cede the presidential ticket to the South, was simply negotiated by 𝐒𝐨𝐲𝐈 on the promise that he will have a chance to be on this ticket. Remember, 𝐒𝐿 ran one interview a long time before the primaries where he said he's done and tired and retired, and that after his second term as governor, he's going home to rest. And the interviewer asked him, "What about if the president say you should come and do something?" He said, "The president say I will do." So maybe they have said, I don't know for him, but 𝐒𝐿 is also battling for this presidential running mate of Bola Tinubu. And then there's Umar Ganduje, the governor of Kano, who worked tirelessly with Mr. Tinubu on this ticket. They're always together. Ganduje is also finishing the second term as governor. He wants something, clearly, and he's a running mate. That's what he wants, And then if you go to the northeast, there's Governor Zulum, loved, appreciated, seems a tireless hard worker, not perceived to be corrupt, He'll be good on the ticket. There's a lobby group for him. And then there's Imam Kashima Shettim, the predecessor to Zulum, who is Bola Tinubu Man Friday. I mean, a lot of people thought that Kashim Shettima will be named as running mate. So there's that trouble to resolve who runs. And I think that's the delay. That's why they went for a placeholder, in Kabiru Masari, to hold the place yet. But time is running out. I think July 16 is timing out. By July 16, they should change the placeholder, in that ticket. And Mr. Tinubu just said yesterday by himself that he's still searching. That means there's probably no agreement as to how to resolve this. And I think it's just 2 issues. The issues, one of how to proceed, Christian Muslim or Muslim, that might not be too hard because they will have to look at where they can win votes. And that's the argument, that's the most important thing is who can help win votes before any other thing, before any other consideration. And then I'm sure there's this also scuffle among the governors, as to Northeast or Northwest. And if Northeast who, if Northwest who, all of these are the delays. And Mr. Tinubu, while normally he's supposed to have a big say because, this is his ticket. I think he has already made promises, that he knows that he can't just break. So negotiations have to take place, a lot of talk. That's what's happening. That's the delay, essentially, to choose that running mate. But Tinubu every day one new story. Over the weekend is the story of the fact that the INEC form is submitted this time in the place where he's supposed to write the primary school he attended and the secondary school he attended. He left it blank, signifying that he did not attend primary and secondary school, While legally, and I'm not sure INEC was qualifying for that, he hasn't done anything wrong because the INEC qualification to run for president is that you must be 40 years old or 35 now, say, with the new not too young to run bill the president signed, and then you must have attended a higher institution. Bola Tinubu says he attended Chicago State University. The university said we knew he was our student, and He said certificate is missing. That's not hard to do. That's an affidavit. Once your school can certify that, okay, you do an affidavit. So legally, Bola Tinubu hasn't done wrong. But it's a moral question around the presidential candidate of the APC. Did he not attend primary school? Did he not attend secondary school? If he did, what were his names when he attended these schools? Those are questions people are asking.
Because we heard rumors about even his name is not a real name.
Yeah, of course, a lot of that around him. And these are issues he doesn't seem to be able to clarify. You rather dodge them, because I think the issue of primary and secondary school is coming up now because people probably, have evidence of the fact that you couldn't have attended government college Ibadan in this year. We will have known you. And then he leaves it blank. Okay, I didn't go now. What will you do? You can't disqualify me. The only way to disqualify me is if I did not attend higher education. I already have higher education. Femi Aribisala, I think they call him on the newspapers. He said he attended government college Ibadan between 62 and 68. Bola Tinubu claims to have attended between 65 and 68. Aribisala claims that he was head boy for some of those years. That there's possibly a student in that era that he did not know in school. So he kept asking the question, who were you in government college Ibadan? These are the questions Mr. Tinubu can't answer. And then he filled the 1999 forms with which he became governor in Lagos, putting St. Paul's School, Aroloye, on the Lagos Island as his primary school, and GCI Ibadan as a secondary school. So the question now will be, if you already had schools in 99, how come you're not having 2002? Yeah. Perjury? Did you perjure yourself? Are you perjuring yourself? Big questions around Mr. Bola. Why there might not be legally problem enough to disqualify him? It's a moral burden for him as he enters his presidential elections. People would like to hear that the people that voted for went to school. I mean, simple primary school. I was talking with my cousin over the weekend, and he's asking me, do people in your primary school know you? I said, yes, now. There's a girl I went to primary school with, that speaks to me till now on Facebook, and she keeps reminding me of the things I did in primary one. And once she says them, I remember them.
Exactly.
I say, this girl of trouble. So you can see people have schoolmates and they just from time to time.
You can mention names.
You can mention names. I mean, secondary school, I won't have it hard. If I tell them to come, I will fully legally. Because there's a moral burden for Mr. Tinubu. Really, I don't know how he has to resolve this. But they are confident. His camp is confident that these are not issues.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.